everybody. Good morning. It's an excellent day to serve an excellent God in and with the spirit of excellence. Good morning on this 31st day of Lent. Listen, we are about to get serious. We have turned the corner. On Sunday, it is Palm Sunday, and it is on and popping after this. I believe that everything that we have said and done in the earlier days of our Lent, in days 1 through 30, it was preparing us for this day. Good morning, good morning. Let me know that you are here this morning. I want to properly greet you. I want to properly say hello, good morning to you as you are coming in. Before I get started, I'm not going to stay real long this morning because I got caught up in Clubhouse. On Clubhouse this morning with my cousin evangelist Zena Renee Washington. I got caught up with them, and so I'm just a little late, and I need to be pushing to be in my seat at 7:30 a.m. Good morning, Lori Tucker. Good morning, good morning. I'm so glad for you that you are here. Good morning, Miss Linda. Good morning, good morning. I am so proud of you, Miss Linda. Listen, on this 31st day of Lent, we are fasting from ridicule. We are fasting from ridicule. Good morning, Reverend Carrie. I see you this, Reverend Horry. I see you this morning from Yonkers, New York. Listen, we are fasting from ridiculing and mocking others. Let's say that again. What are we fasting from? We are fasting from mocking, ridiculing others. How do I even begin to root this? Well, let me just tell you, we talk about the sufferings of Christ, but I want to just tell you some things that Jesus went through on the journey. So if we are disciples of Christ, if we are on a journey with Christ, every day is not going to be flowery beds of ease. There will be some situation. You will be ridiculed. You will be mocked. But make sure that it's for Christ's sake. So what do I mean? I mean, make sure it's for doing good and that you don't actually deserve it. So the things that happened to Jesus on his way to Calvary is the people, the mobs, the religious leaders. I want y'all to catch that. It was the religious leaders. Now, we are not pulling all of the Jews in this. When we do this, then we really are dehumanizing, and we are ridiculing, and we are causing harm to a people that do not deserve it. I want to talk about the religious leaders of the Jewish leadership at this time. I'm talking about the high priest. I'm talking about Annas and Caiaphas. That's who I'm talking about. So there was some violence used against Jesus. There was some ridicule against Jesus. And so as we are going through on his sixth stop on the journey, he endured some violent mockery. The gospel writers document at least 4 distinct groups that were emotionally and physically aggressive toward Jesus during his trials. And remember, there were 6 illegal trials. We have Ananias, his trial, the chief priest and the Sanhedrin and their guards. There was Herod and his soldiers. There was Pilate's soldiers. Let's look at some of this stuff that Jesus endured. Good morning, Karen. When we talk about Ananias, we're talking about they slapped his face. The chief priests, the Sanhedrin and their guards, they took him and beat him. They began mocking and beating him. They spit in his face. They blindfolded him. They slapped him. They struck him with their fists. They said, "Prophesy to us." Christ, who hit you? You know, they were making fun. Who hit you? They were being sarcastic. They said many other insulting things against him. And then there was Herod and his soldiers. They ridiculed him and mocked him. They dressed him in an elegant robe and sent him back to Pilate. And then we have Pilate's soldiers. They stripped him, flogged him, put a scarlet robe on him. They twisted a crown of thorns and set it on his head. They put a staff in his hand and knelt in front of him and mocked him, saying, "Hail, King of the Jews." They spit on him. They took the staff and they struck him on the head over and over again. Falling on their knees, they paid homage to him. They mocked him and they put his own clothes on his back. That's what they did. But how do we mock Jesus? How do we ridicule Jesus? How do we slap Jesus in the face? And how do we twist his word? How do we ridicule and mock Jesus? Today we are fasting from that. Who would ever do such a thing in the first place? Perhaps we would. Like Ananias' official, we are more concerned with saving our own face than honoring the truth. We are willing to live in a lie rather than tell the truth and live in the truth and honor the truth. We set up these false narratives about ourselves. We set up false narratives about Jesus rather than facing the truth and honoring the truth. Perhaps we would mock Jesus like these religious leaders act as though Jesus is blindfolded and can't see what we are doing. Perhaps we blindfold Jesus in such a way that he can't move about in our lives like he wants to. Perhaps we are like these religious leaders. Perhaps we are like these guards who use one of Jesus' names in vain. Perhaps we mock and ridicule Jesus more than we would like, or more than we know. On this 31st day of Lent, we are fasting from ridicule. We are fasting from mocking Jesus. Because it was a false narrative that they set up against Jesus. Putting a crown on their head, it was mocking Jesus. It was, you say you're the king of the Jews, well, put this crown on your head. Oh, I feel a shout this morning, but today is not that victory day. We got some more days to come. I know we know the end of the story, but we are not there. We need to sit in and really understand Jesus' journey to the cross. Y'all be blessed, and may all be well with your day. Bye-bye. Like, share, tag. It'll bless others as it blesses me.